Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another album review. My name is Christian Eschbach. Hey, everyone. If you're one of my regular viewers, you know that an Alice Cooper album is normally what would be here in this particular number for review. However, I want to record a review for the brand new Alice Cooper album as my next Alice Cooper album review. And unfortunately, it's not scheduled to come out until review 601. That's before I even get a chance to listen to it. So we're doing Ozzy. And weirdly enough, I was going through, I didn't realize I hadn't done a review yet for No More Tears. Of all albums, how have I not covered No More Tears? That's just, and this is the digital remaster. Sounds great. Don't know what to say outside of that. If you don't own this album, why not? There's something wrong with you. You should already own this album. Unless you were a child, kid, you know, if you are under the age of 18 and you do not own this album, or if you're even 18, if you're 18 and under, you don't own this album, we'll chalk it up to your parents screwing up, okay? Go out, buy this album. Otherwise, you should own it, man, because this album is like beginning to end just brilliant. There are people who would definitely argue that this could be a 10 out of 10 album. I think it's really close to a 10 out of 10 album. There's like one song on the whole album that doesn't tickle my fancy enough to make it a 10 out of 10. But like this is, you know, you could argue when it comes to earlier Ozzy, you know, what's the better album, Blizzard of Oz or Diary of a Madman? Arguably, Diary of a Madman. But Blizzard always gets all the special treatment. You put this one toe for toe with either of those albums, not so much, you put this one toe for toe with Blizzard of Oz, and this one's got more hits, man. Not only does it have more hits, it's got more, to me, long-lasting appeal songs. And realistically, this is after the final show, so, you know, none of the songs off of the earlier albums made people tear up like one of the songs off this album did. Even thinking about it still makes me a little warm in the face, and it was just a beautiful moment, man. That moment where you see a man realize that he's doing something, truly doing something, most likely for the last time ever. That kind of catches you right there. Hold it back right there. All right, let's get into this. Album opens up. We're talking about Ozzy Osbourne's No More Tears, if I haven't said the name already. Album opens up with Mr. Tinker Train. To this day, man, I think it is one of the most blistering openings to an album there is, man. And it's such a dark tone and so scarily whimsical at the same time. Like, the music suits the lyrical content in such a disturbing way. It's a brilliant song. Then you get on to I Don't Want to Change the World, man. I gotta say, after all these years, I have so much more of an appreciation for this song. You know, but at the same time, when you get in that chorus, I don't want to change the world. I don't want the world to change me. I think some people could take that a little too seriously, like, gotta have a little give and change. But, you know, I love the whole idea of, you know, just go out there, do your thing, and be yourself, man. That's what that is all about. Then we get to the tearjerker, man. We're talking about Mama, I'm Coming Home. Now, when this album first came out, obviously I love the song. It was the big hit, blah, blah, blah. Then you got tired of it. Then it came back around again. And then they did the last show, man. And the other thing is most people, I mean, at this point, people should know better, but most people at this point, when they hear Mama, I'm Coming Home, they're thinking he's talking about he's coming home to see his mom type stuff, and not realizing that Mama was his name for Sharon. So when he's saying Mama, I'm Coming Home, it's Sharon, I'm Coming Home. And I have talked a lot of crap about Sharon over the years for various reasons when it comes to treatment of various band members and stuff like that. But if it wasn't for Sharon, I know Ozzy never would have made it this far, flat out. So let's get rid of that. And Mama, I'm Coming Home, man. It is a beautiful song. I'm glad that it's come full circle where it's, back to being this great hit again. Then you got Desire after that. Perfect follow-up after that, man. Great speed to it, great tempo to it, just everything. Just great rocker, really, the whole way around. Then you get into No More Tears. No More. I love No More Tears, but I don't listen to No More Tears. It is a brilliant song. The structures, the foundations, the arrangements, everything about the song No More Tears is brilliance. But after all these years, it's weirdly, as I was mentioning with Mama, I'm Coming Home, it got played so much that I kind of fell out of favor with it, but it never really kind of got that big come around and comeback, I think, that Mama, I'm Coming Home got. Then we hit the one track on the entire album that, to me, it's not a bad tune. It's not a fluff tune. It's not an album filler. Like, it's a solid tune. It does nothing for me, and that's SIN. Only song on the album that doesn't do anything for me, really. Like, it's a good tune. Like I said, good tune. Nothing against the tune. It's the only song that stops this album from being a 10 out of 10 for me. Doesn't mean it can't be a 10 out of 10 for other people, just so we're clear. Then we're on to Hellraiser. I love Hellraiser, but I'm going to be honest, I like the Lemmy version of Hellraiser better. Oh, man. And that's something that most people, I don't think, realize, because most people never look at the writing credits. Lemmy Kilmister, Lemmy of Motorhead, is all over this album, well, at least on a couple good tracks on this album. Hellraiser is the big standout, my absolute favorite. I actually love the 25th anniversary edition where they mix the two versions of Hellraiser together. It's more Ozzy leaning, but they mix in Lemmy's voice. It sounds really good. So while we're talking about it, I Don't Want to Change the World has Lemmy as a co-writer on it. Mama, I'm Coming Home has Lemmy as a co-writer on it. Desire has Lemmy as a co-writer on it. Hellraiser, as I've already mentioned, has Lemmy on it, co-writing. Yep, that's it. So almost half the album Lemmy co-wrote. There's a reason this is a good album, man. And the best part is Lemmy didn't take really, other than Hellraiser, Lemmy really didn't take anything for himself. Time After Time follows that up. And you'd think with this being the slower song on the album that it'd be the one that would put me off. But I'm going to be honest, Ozzy has always done good, slower tunes, man. Even on his weakest albums, the slowest tunes sometimes are some of the best tunes. Ozzy has a real gift. His voice, maybe not suited, but when Ozzy romanticizes stuff, he romanticizes it in, like, Goodbye to Romance sucks, but Time After Time, brilliant tune. Old LA Tonight was a brilliant tune. The other songs like that, just brilliant stuff. Zombie Stomp. I love Zombie Stomp. Very simple, great, easy, good rocker. AVN, another good tune. And then that goes into Road to Nowhere, which I think finishes off this album beautifully. Realistically, when I have this in the car and I'm playing it, driving around, there are a few tracks. I skip more than just one track. I skip a few tracks. I honestly skip SIN. I do skip No More Tears. And I skip AVN most of the time. Depending on my mood, I might do AVN. But, depends on my mood. And like I said, SIN's the only song on the album that does literally nothing for me. You know, but that's not bad, really. Really, 1 out of 11 songs, that ain't bad at all. The whole way around, like I said, if you don't already own this album, you should own this album. Go buy this album. This album is one of those albums that everybody should own. I mean, there's not a lot of albums out there, I will say, that people absolutely should own. But this is a timeless classic, full of timeless classics, as far as I'm concerned, man. Maybe it's because it's the album that came out that was my Ozzy album, you know, because this was 91 originally. I hate when they release them and they don't put the original dates. 91 or 92. I want to say 91. Maybe it was 90. I don't know. 91. There we go. Yeah, I was right the first time. It's on the CD. So, you know, this definitely would have been my first Ozzy album. I had listened to other Ozzy albums before this. I listened to other Ozzy tracks. Obviously, I loved Crazy Train already at this point. Flying High Again, stuff like that. But this was my first Ozzy album, you know, and I'm sure that plays a crucial role, but it's just that good of an album. It really is. It's also the last of the really good albums, you know. There was definitely some really good albums before this, and there were some decent albums after this. You know, I've covered Ordinary Man. I thought Ordinary Man was a pretty good album, but none of them capture the same vibe as this ever again. Anyways, folks, let me know what you think down below. That's what the comment section is for. On your way down there, you'll see a couple links. Please click on those. Check those out. That'd be great. Peace. Oh, yeah. Like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications. Peace. Love. Take care.